What's good? Today is Wednesday, April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day. It is 11:30 a.m. in the morning. Just got a haircut, so I'm actually about to drive home. Went to the gym this morning. Woke up a little bit late, but it is what it is. It's all good. Still on schedule. Still taking care of business. Today's topic is a quote from the great Marcus Aurelius. The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. Yeah, that really resonated with me because, I've gone through, I feel like everyone has gone through a time where they might have been like down and depressed, and then like a time where they're like happy. And it makes me think about high school. And in high school, I was on some sad boy hours, you know what I'm saying? Always sad, listening to bag music, hurt, heartbroken, depressed, whatever you would like to call it. So that was high school, and that carried me all the way until I was 19 years old, the summer of freshman year of college. So I was like that pretty much all through high school. Freshman year of college, I was also kind of like that, but I had a little bit of switch in the way that I started to think. And it was all due to my good friend Trey. There was a time where I didn't really know Trey as much. He was very, very happy, very positive, had a lot of friends, a lot of people liked him. And I remember one day just sitting there looking at him, and maybe I wasn't looking at him, but I was sitting there thinking about him. And I was like, yo, this kid has less than me, grew up in a very, very different environment, very different circumstances than me, and some will argue that my circumstances better than his at the moment. But yet this dude is happier than I am. Like, just about life altogether, he is happy. Positive, outgoing, laughing, joking, and like I'm over here sad and hurt. So I made a change. And it all started with this book, The Power of Positive Thinking. And reading that book and dissecting that book and putting that book into work really changed my life. And nothing actually changed in my life but my thoughts. My thoughts changed. And once that happened, everything in my life changed. I went from being depressed to being happy. I went from being negative to being positive. I went from being someone who was not outgoing and did not talk to people to now I am talking to people. I'm making new friends. I put myself in an environment where I had to talk to people. I ended up getting a job. And at this job, I was working at Timberland as a sales associate. So now I have to go talk to people. I have to go up and say, hey, welcome to Timberland. Today's specials are yada, yada, yada. Hey, do you need help with anything? You need help finding anything? I now put myself in a position to where I was forced to be social. I was forced to go out and talk to people and make new friends. Or, look, even outside of making new friends, just interact with people that I would have never interacted before. And now I had this type of excitement about my life. Like I was happy to be alive. I was happy to be here. I was happy about my circumstances. I was happy about where I was. But at the end of the day, nothing changed but my thoughts. Nothing changed but the quality of my thoughts. The quality of my thoughts got better, so because of that, my life got better. Everything seemed better. I felt like people were responding to me more positively. I felt like, not that I could do no wrong, but like life just felt great. And that's when I realized, and that's why I kind of wanted to talk about this quote, because I've seen it happen in my life in real time. Your thoughts are everything. And it even says, in the Bible, I'm going to mess this up, so fact check me, but in the Bible it does say pretty much like, we have to, keep track of our thoughts. We have to take inquiry of our thoughts. Because our thoughts shape reality, our thoughts shape what we see and how we perceive certain things. Our thoughts also shape how we feel. If you just think about negative things, you're going to feel negatively, and you're probably going to live a negative life. And whether that's going to be you limiting yourself in some sort of a way by saying, hey, I can't do this, or you're going to think positively about life, and then all of a sudden you're going to notice certain opportunities are going to be open to you. Or maybe the opportunity was there, but when you're thinking negatively, you don't even see it as an opportunity. But now that you're thinking positively, you see it as an opportunity, you see it as maybe a stepping stone for you, or at least you see it as something that you will try, and the next thing you know, you are in a significantly better position than you were before. So I just started to change the way I think, started to change the way I act, started to hold my thoughts captive. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm actually in a point of my life right now where I am a little bit more on the negative side. And I now have to put forth effort to hold my thoughts captive. I have to put forth effort to watch what I say and how I say it, whether that's to other people, but also more importantly, whether that's to myself. And life isn't always going to be positive. Life isn't always going to be ups. There's going to be downs, and the downs help you actually appreciate the positives even more. And you're going to go through stages in life where you're going to think more negatively. But the whole point is to get to a place where you can actively see yourself and know to yourself thinking negatively, seeing how it could impact you negatively, and then also switching it, changing the way you think, changing the way you view the world, changing to where now you take that negative and flip it into a positive. You start talking negatively about yourself and you say, wait, let's stop. Let's backtrack. This thought don't serve me in any which way. So let's cut this thought out. How can I reframe this? How can we move forward in a positive way? So your thoughts are everything. What you think about yourself and what you think about the world is really going to shape the way you live your life, and it is going to shape the quality of your life. Now you could choose to be negative, you could choose to be sad, but you are going to live a very negative and sad life. You're going to live a very lonely life. You're going to live a life that's full of pain. Whether the pain is actually real or whether it's pain that you've inflicted onto yourself, you're still going to experience that pain. Or you get to choose to think positively, view life from a positive perspective, view life from a positive lens, and even when bad things happen, understand, listen, it is what it is. I can't fix it. You find the good out of it. You do what you got to do, and then you keep on moving forward. And I think that's the only life that's actually going to be worthwhile living, and that's actually going to serve you in the long run. You got to keep your thoughts captive. You have to be very careful about what you think, especially about yourself. You need to believe in yourself. You can't just think negatively about yourself and then expect you to do great things. You need to believe in yourself and believe in your abilities. That's a whole nother video. But your thoughts do shape the quality of your life. So now you got to ask yourself, what type of life do you want to live? You want to live a happy life, a positive life, an impactful life, a life full of joy and peace? Then you need to make sure that your thoughts are aligned with that. If you want to live a very negative life, a life full of pain and sorrow, then you have to make sure your thoughts line up with that. Not a lot of people want to live a very painful life, so I highly doubt that's someone's choice. But hey, to each their own. But, yep, that's my little rant for today. I'm going to go home. I'm going to try my best to be productive and get some other work done. But other than that, really just going to get ready for work tomorrow. Got 3 12-hour shifts coming up ahead of me. And it should be fun. I ain't going to lie. These 12-hour shifts are kind of whooping me a little bit. I be tired, man. I be tired. Come Friday night, I be tired. I'm like, damn, I got to do this all over again. But I'm getting paid, making pretty decent money. It could be significantly worse because I could be unemployed and struggling. So I'll take these 12-hour days over the alternative for sure. But I'm going to catch you later. Brody, I love you, man. Keep your head up. Continue to watch yourself. Continue to watch your thoughts. Be smart, man. Make smart decisions. And be careful the thoughts you take captive, and be careful about how you speak about yourself. But I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.